Blue Eyes was fun, but ultimately it ended in failure. This time around, I want to win. So on a budget of only $25 per week, we're going to build a competitive PK deck that can not only beat content creators, but also top locals and take on regionals when they return. Join me on this journey to become the next king of games. This is sealed only Yu-Gi-Oh! Road to Kingship. Welcome back, everyone. Before we get into our opening this week, I've got some housekeeping things that I want to go over. First, we are currently on a 4-win win streak if you combine the last two videos. That means we have exceeded the 3-win streak that I wanted, so we are going to add the ultimate rare Dark Requiem to our pool. I think that'll be fun and nice even though I'm dueling on Yugioh Pro. Our second order of business is that I'm still in the Sparkman Yu-Gi-Tuber tournament, so if you want to see how I did this week, go to his channel down below. I believe he will start posting videos sometime this week, I just don't remember the exact date, so go subscribe to him if you want to get in on that. I'll give you a little hint, I played a Ritual Beast this week, so that should probably tell you how I did. For our third order of business, down below, join my Discord link. It is where I post all the updates of when I'm posting videos, and it's where I ask for games. So if you want to appear in the series, join the Discord down below, and you can get a spot. Finally, I am intending to go to locals fairly soon. I will start attending it starting the first week of March, but I want to have a little build-up of locals footage first because it takes a longer time to edit than Yugioh Pro footage. So you probably won't see the first locals video until the 3rd or 4th week of March, but that's something to look forward to. We'll get to see how my deck does in a more competitive setting, which is something I think you all have been really missing, because like as good as Yugioh Pro is, it's nothing compared to real paper play when something is on the line, quote unquote. With that all out of the way, make sure that like and subscribe button, and now let's get into those polls, see if I get anything spicy this week. Alright, week 21 of this endless nightmare? Yeah, it's week 21. Any hizzle. We got 2 Darkness Neostorm and 1 pack of gold. The 2-to-1 ratio is because I really want to get that Cherubini before Brave tokens come out, because I'll be going hard for those things, and it's going to take a while because Aquamancer is confirmed as an Ultra, so, you know. Anyway, let's take a quick cut and I'll crack open into these. Alright, we're back, and our promos are 2 Shooting Risers and 2 Fury Fires. Nice. I think those are the best, the Shooting Risers are the best promo, so that's pretty good. Let's just get the gold out of the way right away, and then we'll do like just a big conga line of Darkness Neostorm. Now gold, again, we're looking for Verte and probably Access Code Talker. I'll take an Access Code Talker, but I won't hunt for it the way I'm hunting for Verte, because that's like the more important card. Anyway, we have, ooh, that's a nice glare, but White Dragon Wyver Burster, X Code Talker. Hey, it's the boy Blue Eyes! Scrap Golem. Ooh, sexy Eldritch, Numeron Wall, and Romulus. I consider this a win. I might actually run the Eldritch. He's not terrible considering I have a lot of traps in my deck. He doesn't really conflict with much. Well, he's a light, so we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, into the polls. We have Altergeist, Pfeifenlag, Emperor Maju Garzette, Altergeist Dragviron, Haunted Rock, Dirge of the Lost Dragons, Muddy Mud Dragon, Yukimusume, Solid Ogre, and World Legacy Collapse. Next, we have Goki Zblade Ogre, Delindrous Dragon, Neo Flamevel Lady, Spooky Dogwood Secret, that's very pretty. Very pretty. Assault Reboot, Snowman Effect, Incantation, Dino Wrestler, and Hangaloop. I'll throw that in the side, in the maybe pile, you know? I could be toxic. I could, you know, try and win in time, wink wink. Didn't stall for time. Let me put my good pulls a little closer. There we go, that looks a little better. Alright. Well, I've pulled 2 of the secrets of the set, so we're due for Cherubini then, right? Alright, Neo Flamevel Lady, Mordschlag, Crusadia Testament, Magical Musket, Crackdowns, not a terrible card. Valkyrie Funf, Diceit, Snowman Effect, Incantation. Alright, on to the next special editione. Now hopefully this one will have our Cherubini. Crusadia Testament, Altergeist Haunted Rock. This guy. Super Quantal Mech Beast, pulled 1 million of him. Danger Feats of Strength. Super Quantal, World Legacy, Grid Sweeper, Dino Wrestler. Okay. If I get supers, I at least like a Fusion Destiny. Like, the one's fine, especially if you pull Verte in our gold, but I would love a second or third Fusion Destiny. Puzzlemino, Drop-In Deleter, Deus Ex Crawler, Slidolphin, Challenger, Valkyrie Erde, that's an Ultra, World Chalice Guard Dragon, Armduke, Dino Wrestler, Hangalop, and Super Quantal. Last pack of the week, and we have nothing to show for it. Come on. Come on. There we go. Alright, Cloudian Aerosol, Dino Wrestler Colasat, Mordschlag, Neo Super Quantal Buster Blader guy, Worship, Reminder, Stand-In, Dino Wrestler, and Super Quantal. Well, I mean, we got some cool stuff. Like, we got a Secret Dogwood, and we got the Blue Eyes and the Eldritch. I mean, they're cool, but, like, it's nothing usable. Alright, I'll see you when I see you. Week 21 OTS. What do we got here? Who knows? Something that's official and from the tournament store, hopefully. Well, it's definitely not either of those. Anyway, you got High Speed Run, Nothing Run. Taka Tomborg is needed. Promenade Thrush and Color, blah, 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 blah. Well, Taka Tomborg is good now. We just need the Terratop to go with it. So, hey, that wasn't a bust. Alright, we'll see you in the decks. Our first match this week is against a member of my Discard, Darkonic, and he's playing Dinosaurs. We get to go first, and we've got a pretty good opening hand, if I do say. We're able to go into Bardiche, and we bring out our Greaves. We activate Bardiche, and unfortunately it gets Veilered, which is disappointing. So we activate our Cloak, get our Boots to hand, special our Boots, and we go into a Long. We set a Fogblade and pass off to him. Now he gets a start. He's starting with his Terraforming Gallows Lost World. Lost World Dinosaurs has always really scared me because we don't really have a lot of ways of interacting with them, especially not out of the sideboard, because our sideboard is where all of our spell trap removal is. Anyway, we negate his Scrap Raptor, and he brings out the Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Hits over our Bardiche, hits over our Long, and he breaks up the eggs, so we're kind of SOL at the moment. He activates Called by the Grave next, targeting our Boots, destroying our Boots, so we cannot use it. And we surrender when we draw a Kage off the top because we can't play through this. Alright, we start game 2 by forcing him to go first, because usually that's the out to dinos. Unfortunately, I do not have Lancia, so he's just able to do everything he wants to. And this is going to be really interesting, because he's running the Scrap Raptor combos, which I don't see a lot in dinos. I understand that a lot of people think they're a little, either win more or a little too bricky, but these combos allow dinos to actually go first, so we're going to see a very competent going first board once we're through this very, very long and in-depth combo. Alright, so we have to deal with a Boral Savage and a Skill Drain. So we start by Raigekking, and unfortunately he has the IO, so this was taken before the ban list. I was hoping to bait out some of his negates, but that didn't work out. Anyways, we go through our combos, we go into IP, we try to activate our Cloak and Graveyard, but he uses the Boral Savage on that. We attempt to bring back our Torrent Scales, but that gets Ghost Spelled, and you just can't account for the hand traps, unfortunately. So we take our IP, we attack into his Link Kuriboh, and of course he activates Link Kuriboh effect, so we don't even get a minuscule amount of damage. He takes 700 from the IO, he brings out his Nemesis Corridor and replaces it with his Link Kuriboh. He brings out another Ultimate Conductor Tyranno and hits us for way over lethal. We lose game 1 this week, but there's more to go. Match 2 this week, we're against my boy, my friend, my pal, Chew the Whoop, and he's going first with Orcrust. We've got 2 Effect Veilers, so that's pretty good. So we're going to start by Effect Veiling a Scrap Dino, but he's got the Call by the Grave, so we're forced to use both Effect Veilers on this stupid dinosaur. Ends up not mattering because he's able to bring out his Machina and go into his combos from there. I'm yet again going to fast forward through this bit because if you've watched this channel, you've seen these Orcus combos before. And yeah, just enjoy the music. He ends his turn on a really strong board of IP, so we're going to try and start something. We go into our Cloak, bring out our Kage, and we bring out our Bird. Then we go into our Bardiche. He's going to activate Symbol Skeleton to revive his Orcust. So we try to Chalice it, but he uses IP to link away into Nightmare Unicorn, and that allows the effect to go through because it was gone by the time my Chalice activates. So unfortunately, we're forced to search for a Greaves and add it to our hand. His turn, he gets out the Scrap Raptor, and then he's able to combo off from there. He activates the Scrap Raptor, gets a Scrap Recycler. That'll dump something. He'll go into the Boral Sword, he'll bring out his Orcust, and he'll pump it by about 800, I think, and then he attacks us for 26, 3k, and that's just enough for taking game 1. Man, imagine having a called by, could not be me. So we're going first, and we've got a really good opening hand. So we start with our gloves, bring out our Kage, special summary boots, we go into our boy Bardiche. Unfortunately, he has the Imperm. Imagine having Imperms. Anyways, so we activate our gloves and graveyard, dumping our Torrent Scales. We activate our boots and graveyard, getting a Fogblade. We bring out the Torn Skills. We activate Torn Skills to send our Dynatag to send a Cloak. We bring out our Tracker, go into Break Sword, set a Fog Blade, and have to hope that it's enough. Thankfully, he bricked pretty badly on 2 Rosenix, a Babble, and a Piece of Interaction, so he brings out a Scraptor, and we are able to negate its effects, stopping his turn. He brings out his Babble, but he doesn't set his Called By for some reason. That kind of just lets us win. So we start spinning our gears. We get our Torn Skills to hand, we activate Bardiche, we send to set, and then we activate the effect of our Break Sword, popping our Fog Blade and popping his Babble. We then get our rank up to hand, we bring out our second Torn Skills, we go into Leviar effect, revive Cloak, then we activate the effect of Fog Blade to revive our other Torn Scales. We go into the second Break Sword. We activate the effect to pop our own Fog Blade. Then we're going to pop our Break Sword and his monster. We are going to revive 2 PKs. And then we are going to go into the Dark Rebellion and rank up into the Arc Rebellion. Now that is Ultimate Rare, by the way. And we attack him for just exactly lethal. Only a couple off. Good game. Let's see if we can take the whole thing in Game 3. Game 3, and he's going first, and unfortunately we don't have much to stop him on his turn, but we have the Dark Ruler. He opens full combo, so we're just going to let him spin his wheels a little bit, enjoy the music, as I've said every single time. Alright, he ends his turn on an Appaloosa, an IP, and a set Climax. Unfortunately, Climax is able to negate our Dark Ruler, so we're forced to try and power through his IP. We get out our 3 boys, we go into Break Sword, we bring out our Greaves, and here's where we make a mistake. We go into Raiders Knight. The hope was that in response to my Raiders Knight, he would try to he would try to Masquerade its effect. Unfortunately, that's not how that works out. And then we activate the effect of our Break Sword, and he Ghost Spells us. So we end with an empty board versus his Appaloosa and his Unicorn. He brings out his Orcust Gearsu. We negate its effects, but he goes into Access Code Talker. Imagine having Access Code Talker. Anyways, he has exactly lethal and takes Game 3, taking the match. Match 3, and we're against our boy Akorion, and he's playing Adventure Virtual World. Now, the Adventure tokens are very scary because they facilitate not just like a negate, but also the recursion of those tokens and the Draco back are incredibly strong and something to be feared in the metagame. Why do the tokens have to be 2k? Like, seriously, and why does Draco back work when you discard it? Just, that's such a broken engine. Anyway, he's spinning his wheels, he gets out his Barone, he gets out his Shen, he gets out a Beatrice, he activates the effect to send a Scythe, and he passes to us. Oh boy, I've got my work cut out for me. He activates the effect of Barone trying to revive Scythe. We use our Chalice on his Barone, but he's able to chain Barone to the Chalice, brings out Scythe, but we've got our second Chalice to negate Scythe. I should have just waited for the Scythe to come back, but whatever, he burned a negate. Anyways, we start our combos, we go into our Kage, we go into Break Sword, we attempt to activate Break Sword, but he Chuches it, so that banishes it, and we don't get its effect. We banish our Cloak, and he activates his Beatrice to send Swirl Girl. We get our Shade Brigandine, we go into our Boots, we go into IP, and we cry because we can't do anything. Game 2 against Akorion, and we opened the Nut Hand. We wrote a 4-hour Torn Scales. We normal Torn Scales, Special Arts summon our 2 PKs, activate Foolish to send our Gloves just in case, and we go into Bardiche. Now, if you're asking why I didn't use the effect of Torn Scales, it's because Foolish Bear literally did the same exact thing, and this way I have the activation of Torn Scales effect just in case he had any interaction. Anyways, we go through our combo and we bring back our 2 4s and we go into Dark Rebellion. Then we activate our Fusion Destiny, bringing out our Dystopia. Dystopia is going to activate, we're going to hit him for 1600, and then we're going to banish Dynatag to get the extra attack onto Dystopia, so we have the pop on his turn. He starts with his Droplet, and for some reason he does not Droplet Bardiche, so we use our rank up on our Dark Rebellion to go into Dark Requiem, and we use Bardiche to pop his Chuche before he can start using Chuche's effect. He activates his Water Enchantress and we negate the effect. He activates Gigi, then he tries to activate the Nian Yan Grave, we negate that effect. Then he tries to activate his Lily, and we negate that effect as well, leaving him with just the Chuche, or the Gigi, or whatever it's called, on the field, and he surrenders in the face of our mighty board. See, my deck's good, I just need to not get interacted with. Game 3, we're going second, and I do not like our opening hand. Not a single PK. Well, we technically PK, but, you know, he's not real. Anyways, he's able to go through his motions into his combos yet again. This deck is really sick. I hate Adventure with a burning passion, but Virtual World is a really sick deck. You want to know how sick this deck is? It makes Zulkin, and I love Zulkin. I love 5D. So anyway, he goes into Crystal Wing. He gets out his Coral Dragon. He activates his Right of Mirror Meteor, so now he gets to go through the Brave token combos. which he's going to get that Wandering Griffin Rider. He's going to activate the Wandering Griffin Rider special summon it. He's going to activate his Journey of Destiny, and he's going to get his Draco back. He's going to go into Baron de Fleur. Baron plus Crystal Wing, might I add. He's going to pass on Baron, Crystal Wing, Wandering Griffin Rider. So we're going to try to do our best. He negates the effect of our Foolish. We try to bring out our second Kage, and that gets negated by the Crystal Wing. We go into our Tracker, we go into Break Sword. We activate Break Sword to try and pop his Crystal Wing and our back row. He Chuches, unfortunately. And unfortunately, yeah, he loses the Crystal Wing, but we're on an empty board facing so much negation and power. He activates the effect of his Nian Yan. He is then going to activate Chuche to increase the level of Nian Yan. He's going to go into Cheng Ying. He's then going to activate the effect of Lao Lao and Lulu. He's going to go into Beatrice. Beatrice is going to get negated by us, but it really doesn't matter. He's still able to win by activating his I don't know which one that is actually. Chichao, I think. Anyways, he makes a Break Sword and he kills us with our own card. Taking game 3, meaning we went X3 this week. Wonderful. Well, we went X3 this week and we didn't pull anything good. That sucks, but it's to be expected. We're chasing a main set secret rare, and well, it's not easy. It just shows that, again, Cherubini just kind of unlocks everything we need. It's a good extender. It's easy to go into when I only have 2 monsters. It just makes life easier. So until we have that, it's going to be rough going for me. Fingers crossed we pull it next week, because Lord knows we need the help. And of course, if you like this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Every single like and subscribe will add more luck towards my pulling of Cherubini. And finally, of course, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.